I'll give you a very interesting example. This is how bees do ROI. Bees do a thing called the waggle dance. When they found a source of pollen, they go back to the hive, and they do a little dance at an angle to the vertical up the wall, which tells the bees where and at what distance, in what direction and what distance, the pollen is to be found relative to the direction of the sun. And people looked at that, and kind of fairly logical, Meccano-minded people looked at that and said, the strange thing we don't understand is that 20% of the bees seem to be kind of punk bees. It varies according to the species of bee and where they are relative to the equator, if you want to get detailed about it. But they ignore the waggle dance completely, and they basically go, screw you, I'm off to do my own thing. And this baffled these people completely, because they said, we've had sort of 80 million years of bee evolution. You would have thought that bee accountants would have come along and demanded greater levels of compliance with the waggle dance to improve short-term pollen collection statistics, okay? Then they modeled it with complexity models, i.e. designed for biology or markets, not for mechanical things, and they came to a completely different conclusion. Without the punk bees, the hive would starve to death. It would get trapped in a local maximum and would never be able to adapt when sources of pollen changed. These punk bees are the bees' R&D budget. Most of the time, they're completely unsuccessful in their random travels. When they do succeed, the reward is massive. The bees that follow the waggle dance are mostly pretty successful in a modest kind of way, but actually, on their own, they effectively get stuck, harvesting increasingly barren patches of pollen, and they never discover anything new. That's a really important point about ROI. Yes, the idea that every single thing you do should have a return is complete nonsense. Lots of things you do should actually be designed to fail in the knowledge that when they do succeed, they might be spectacularly successful. Bees, I would argue, in this respect, are more intelligent than accountants are. They've certainly had more experience.